Hey guys, here we go into a video on Vasiliy Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell, and going to be discussing how Luke Campbell was able to do so well against Vasiliy Lomachenko, in spite of the fact that Vasiliy Lomachenko not only won the fight, but is one of the best fighters pound for pound. And what we're going to be talking about is how Luke Campbell was able to do that. So the first thing I want you guys to focus on is Luke Campbell using his lead hand. So watch how he uses his lead hand, and every time that he uses the lead hand, Lomachenko has to react. Because if this is a punch and Lomachenko doesn't react, then he gets punched in the face. Right? So he has to continue to react and respect Luke Campbell as Luke Campbell looks for information. Now what Luke Campbell was looking for is openings off of these feints and off of these probes. Notice he's not only using his lead hand here, boom, but he's shooting his backhand, his left hand, into Lomachenko's glove as well, controlling Lomachenko, keeping Lomachenko reacting to him. Now the idea here is that as long as Luke Campbell is feinting here and probing and putting his lead hand out there and not committing to an attack, Lomachenko has to continually respect this as an attack and respect these as punches, and act accordingly, right? He has to control the lead hand. He has to slip away from the jab. He has to get his glove up. He has to maintain control of the lead hand so Luke Campbell can't set his punches up, right? He has to slip again. And Luke Campbell is telling Lomachenko to do this. Now Lomachenko is able to get information here too, but because Lomachenko is the one reacting, he's the one that's being put out of position. So he has to play this game of constantly making the right decision so he doesn't get walked into a punch. Again, Luke Campbell able to feint and probe and force reactions from Lomachenko, while Lomachenko has no ability to set up his offense, because he's the one reacting to Luke Campbell, which puts Lomachenko in a position where basically only counter punches at this moment are going to work. But again, Luke Campbell coming forward, feinting, right? And Lomachenko has to continue to react. He has to continue to play the game that Luke Campbell was playing until he can find a way to attack Luke Campbell and take away the control of the space that Luke Campbell seems to have between them. Now, what Luke Campbell does here, he uses that lead hand to create a pattern so he can set up that body shot. So let's take a look at that a little more in depth. So he's going to be shooting the lead hand, and we're going to see that Lomachenko is going to start staying high, right? He's going to shoot the glove, shoot the jab at the glove. Where are you going to do that? Right here, right? Control, right? And then he gets Lomachenko to keep his hands up there and touch gloves with him enough times that it sets up an opportunity to attack the body. And now the way that he does this is by setting up this pattern, by getting Lomachenko used to thinking that this is what's going to happen, and then going to the body, by changing the pattern on him after. This is actually something that Lomachenko is a master at. Now again, Luke Campbell feinting, controlling, feinting, giving him different looks, transitioning his weight, and again, the same attack, right? Getting Lomachenko to think, oh, I'm safe, and then attacking the lead hand, and then setting up the body shot based on how Lomachenko reacts. And again, one of the reasons why this is so effective is because when you're using these punches, these feints, that little hook thing, right, feinting here, you're not committing to any attacks until you actually transition your weight and make a full attack. And what that allows him to do here is probe here, not commit to this as an attack, and when Lomachenko starts working his way in, he still has all of his proper body mechanics to wing that right hook there. Let's just take a look at it again. Again, Lomachenko makes a very aggressive step to the inside, gets in range to punch, but because Luke Campbell is not committing to this attack, because this is just a probe, he's just trying to see how Lomachenko is going to react, Lomachenko makes a reaction that looks like he's about to attack, and Luke Campbell comes back with the right hook, letting Lomachenko know that he's using the information that he's getting from these probes to set up his attacks, that he's baiting him into making motions against him so that he can set up the right hook. In that case, the right hook. Now again, control. Lomachenko has to slip to the outside, but look at what happens here. He shoots the jab here, and Lomachenko doesn't react. Lomachenko's not reacting here, right? He stays on the line, and Luke Campbell is able to land that great left hand right there over the top. Again, let's just watch that sequence one more time. As Lomachenko starts moving forward, Lomachenko stops respecting the feints and stops respecting the probes as he comes forward and tries to assert dominance over Luke Campbell. He tries to take control over the space between him and Luke Campbell. Unfortunately for Lomachenko, in this case, he's not hitting Luke Campbell, and he doesn't have the control. Neither one of them really have it, to be honest. But Luke Campbell immediately goes back to the lead hand control, and Lomachenko's hoping that Luke Campbell doesn't know what to do with it. But again, controlling him with the lead hand, right? One time, no real reaction, no real reaction, no real reaction, right? He takes a step back, but then he gets easily walked into this left hand because he stops slipping. He stops doing the things that he was doing early in the fight here, right? Slipping, getting off the line, and Luke Campbell finally finds it, right? Blocking the shot, right? Remember when he was shooting the right hands? He stops blocking it, and when he stops blocking it, that's exactly when he starts getting punched in the face, because you have to respect the probes, you have to respect the feints, and in this case, Lomachenko is just expecting to be able to take control because he's on average, he's a much better fighter. Now, the last sequence that we're going to be looking at is some beautiful boxing from Luke Campbell here. Very, 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 smart boxing. So he's going to shoot the jab, and look at how Lomachenko leans over to the side, right? He's slipping to the inside. Now, Luke Campbell feints him again, right? And then Lomachenko slips to the outside this time, but Luke Campbell is expecting him to slip to the inside again, and he steps in with a body shot, right? Very, very similar, right? Boom, and then feints him, comes in and lands a body shot. I'm not sure if it lands, but the fact that he's attacking Lomachenko off of these probes, right, using the information that he gets to set up his next shot, saying, oh, Lomachenko's going to be slipping these shots, so now I'm going to force him into a slip and then attack him. Now he's going to feint, and when he gets him to react, again, he gets him to dip down to the side and slip. He goes over the top with a straight left hand, right? Slip, and then attacks him once he commits to an action, right? Because every time Luke Campbell feints him, he's not using any of his body mechanics, but he's forcing Lomachenko into a position in which is not neutral, he doesn't have the most amount of control, and he's able to walk him into this shot by getting him to transition his weight first. And again, doing the same thing here, right? Threatens him with the jab, lands the left hand over the top. Threatens him with the jab, gets him to slip to the inside, and then attacks him to the body again, walking him into this punch. Beautiful work here. And then again, threaten him with the jab, threaten him with the jab, threaten him with the jab, and then when he reacts, he attacks him to the body again, using the fact that Lomachenko has to react to these punches as if they were real punches, in spite of the fact that they're only feints, to his advantage to get Lomachenko out of position and find ways to create offense off of the openings. Again, beautiful work, in spite of the fact that that this one isn't the most clean. He doesn't slip to the same side. Beautifully set up. Again, feint him again, gets him out of position. Beautifully set up shot. And again, beautiful setup. Understanding that Lomachenko is going to be slipping to get out of the way of the shots and then walking him into punches. Just a fantastic performance from Luke Campbell, and especially in round one, early in the fight. It's very difficult to do this to somebody as good as Lomachenko, or have the confidence in yourself that you're going to be able to do it. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out Fouts Boxing. Thanks, guys.